Yeah. Okay? It's now doing its job. Now think of geometry, and this geometry is very, very useful. Okay? Think of the geometry. So think of a vector y1, y2. Okay? Think of the vector x1, x2. Alright? Okay? Think of, now let me make sure that this is on.
Yeah.
Seems to be on because it's on the on switch. Right? Is there something here? There never. Yeah. Okay. So let me write this vector y as, say, this is a vector y. Some point on the x-axis, some point on the y-axis. Right? This is vector x. Yeah? Okay? Sure? I want to find a point on the x-axis, on the x vector, which is the closest as possible to y, and call that point beta x. Right? How do I find such a point? By dropping a perpendicular from here. Okay? Beta x. Now, effectively, what do I get here really is a parallelogram, right? I can draw a parallelogram like this. And I am interested in the area of this, so I want to kind of this height, and I am interested in this base. Right? You can easily make out, a little bit of geometry will tell you that this base is nothing but the dot product of x into y divided by the dot product of x into x. Right? 10th standard geometry will tell you that this length is nothing but the dot product of x and y divided by the dot product of x into itself into x. Now what is the dot product of x into y? xi yi. What is dot product of x with itself? xi square. So you get beta hat, right? So this is beta hat into x. Things tie up. What is this e? E, right? This is the gap between y and x, which is error term. E is perpendicular to x, which means that the dot product of x and e has to be 0. So summation xi ei is equal to 0. That condition is imposed. Right? Okay. Now, how does one get the r square? The r square is, think of Pythagoras. What did Pythagoras theorem tell you? That the square of this is equal to the square of this plus the square of this. Square of this length. How do you measure the length of a vector? So if you have a vector x1, x2, right? Its length from the origin is measured as x1 minus 0 square plus x2 minus 0 square whole square root. That's how you measure the norm of a vector. Right? So the square of this, so the norm of this will simply be y1 square plus y2 square. Right? Or in my modified version, it will be y1 minus y bar square plus y2 minus y bar square. That's how I have defined my y as an axis. Right? This is the norm. So this is length. I want to square this length. If I square this length, what will happen? The square root will go away. Right? If the square root goes away, what do I have here? y1 minus y bar square plus y2 minus y bar square is what? Total sum of squares in y. So this is nothing but TSS. What are these? E1, E2. Error sum of squares. And this part will be, right, beta square, okay, into summation xi minus x bar square. Sure, this part will be nothing but beta square into summation xi minus x bar square. That is nothing but the explained sum of squares. So total sum of squares becomes ESS plus RSS plus ESS. RSS plus ESS, and you can derive the R square from that by dividing throughout by TSS. But for which this orthogonality condition is absolutely crucial. Right? But there are more things to a linear regression model which we didn't discuss last time. So let me also, since I have some time, 10-15 minutes, let me do that quickly. Okay? Think of, so in general, in a multiple linear regression model, what will you have? In a multiple linear regression model, I have y is equal to x beta plus e. Is everybody familiar with this? Everybody familiar with this formulation? Y is equal to x beta plus e. Okay. Now what do I want? I want the dot product of e and x to be 0. Right? Because I want orthogonality, no? Right? I want the dot product of x and e to be 0. Right? Dot product of x and e to be 0. Now what do I mean by that condition? Okay. Now please remember, what is x? X is n rows k columns if there are k explanatory variables. So if n rows k columns, and what is e? E is n rows 1 column. So if I want to find the dot product, I cannot multiply x into e, because I cannot multiply n cross k matrix into a n cross 1 matrix. But I can multiply a k cross n matrix with an n cross 1 matrix. So I must have x dash e. X dash e. X dash e is equal to 0 because those matrices are conformable, right? Okay. But what is e? E can be written as y minus x beta, right? So x dash e is x dash y minus x beta is equal to 0, right? Sure? So what do you get? X dash y minus x dash x beta is equal to 0. Or x dash y is x dash x beta. Or pre-multiply by x dash x beta, you get x dash x inverse x dash y is equal to beta. Right? This is the general multiple linear regression formula. Okay? Right. Now what does this mean? What does this mean? What does the x dash e condition mean? Let me write this fully. Okay, suppose I write my model as, suppose I've got y1, y2, y3, y4, y5. Okay? And say I've got x and z, two explanatory variables. And a constant. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, and then z1, z2, z3, z4, z5 into alpha, beta 1, beta 2 plus e1, e2, e3, e4, e5, right? So our first equation is y1 is equal to alpha plus beta 1 x1 plus beta 2 z1 plus e1. My second equation is y2 is equal to alpha plus beta 1 x2 plus beta 2 z2 plus e2, and so on. Right? So my model is y is equal to alpha plus beta 1 x1 plus beta 2 x2 plus ei. Right? Okay. Now what will be, I want to look at the condition x dash e. What is x dash? X dash is 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 5 times, x1, x2, x3, x4, x5 5 times, z1, z2, z3, z4, z5 5 times, right? And then e1, e2, e3, e4, e5, right? This is x dash e. I want to set x dash e to be 0. Now this is a 3 rows and 5 columns matrix, right? This will be a 5 rows, 1 column matrix. So resultant will be a 3 rows, 1 column matrix. The resultant will be a 3 rows, 1 column matrix, right? Okay. So now if I multiply that, what do I get? First I get e1 plus e2 plus e3 plus e4 plus e5 is equal to 0. So the first condition I get is summation ei is equal to 0. Then what do I get? x1 e1 plus x2 e2 plus x3 e3. So summation xi ei is equal to 0, or the dot product of x and e is 0. Then what do I get? Zi ei is equal to 0. So third condition I get zi ei is equal to 0. These three conditions, if I solve for three unknowns, I get alpha, beta 1, beta 2. So it is only the generalization of the condition that x dash e is equal to 0. X and e should be orthogonal. Here x is orthogonal to e, z is orthogonal to e. So basically in the regression model like this, you have like this. This is x, this is z, and you will have some regression surface like this. And the error term will be, it will say the error term will be a vector which goes like this, which goes like this, which will be perpendicular to the z axis, like that, right? Sure, so you see how you can do a, okay. Now something that you've not really done in the past, okay, which we will quickly talk about. think of say y hat is x into beta hat. Estimated value of y is x into, for example, y1 will be x1 into beta 1 hat, x2 into beta, like that, right? Okay. Now this can be written as, y hat can be written as x into x dash x inverse x dash y. Sure? What does this tell you? This tells you that there is a matrix called x into x dash x inverse x dash, which if you multiply with the original values of y, you get y hats. This is a matrix which transforms individual values of y, actual data values of y, into the predicted values of y hat. And this matrix is a very important matrix. It's called the hat matrix. Why is it called a hat matrix? Because it converts y into y hat, right? Now if you look at a simple example of this, see why is this hat matrix very important? This hat matrix y is very important because it is telling you the following. It is telling you, think of the simple model y hat is, say, beta hat x. Simple two variable linear regression model. Y hat I is equal to beta hat xi, right? You substitute the value of x, you will get the value of y hat. Sure? Okay. Now, what is beta hat? Beta hat